Hey, what's going on, my YouTube family? This is Brandon with Taylorsfiresmoke Cooking. Welcome back to my channel. Today where I live, it's 7 degrees outside. Right, 7. So generally when it's that cold outside, we like to get something in our bodies that's going to stick to the bones and warm us up, like oatmeal or grits or some of that nature. But today we're going to whip up some biscuits and gravy. Now that's not something I make very often, but I have a little time on my hands today and I want to go ahead and whip it up because when we do have it, we really enjoy it. I think you'll enjoy it too. Stick around. All right, our ingredients consist of, we're going to use some Pillsbury Grand Southern Homestyle. These are frozen biscuits. These are really good, and it's a lot easier just to use those. We're going to have a little bit of chicken broth, milk, of course the star, the Jimmy Dean sausage, some all-purpose flour. We have a little bit of minced onion. This is a half of an onion minced very fine. This is optional. We've got some unsalted butter, some salt, pepper, and then we have some onion powder, which is also optional. I like the flavor, I like the savoriness, I recommend it, but you know, it's up to your discretion. All right, so what we first want to do is brown up our sausage. We're using 1.5 pounds of that Jimmy Dean sausage, so basically it's a half a tube, and all you want to do is begin to start breaking up your sausage and browning it. Break it up as thick or as fine as you like. I kind of like mine kind of fine, so that way I get, you know, I don't have these big huge hunks of sausage in my sausage gravy, but you just break it up how you like and how you feel. All right, and once you get your sausage pretty much to where you want it as far as the size, we're going to go ahead on and add in all of that onion that we chopped up. Again, that's a half of a small onion minced really fine. Get it on in there and just begin to saute it up with the sausage as well until your sausage does become brown. All right, while we're cooking up that sausage, we're going to go ahead on and put those biscuits in the oven. Just follow the directions on the back of the package. But I do recommend those biscuits. They're delicious to me. All right, guys, so once we've got our sausage all cooked up, we're just going to remove that from the skillet. Just put it in a separate bowl and set it over to the side, leaving the remaining grease in the bottom of the skillet. This particular sausage does not make up a lot of grease, but whatever it does make up, you want to leave in the bottom of the skillet. That's going to help us make our delicious gravy. All right, once we get everything emptied out, now we're going to go into that skillet with 4 tablespoons of butter. Basically a half a stick of butter. So you have the, you can see the little bit of grease that we have left in there. Then we're going to go in with 4 tablespoons of butter and melt that down. Okay, so now we've got our butter melted down. We're going to go in with a 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour. Just get it on in there and begin to stir your flour up. Now this is where it gets a little different for me. I like to cook my flour down a little bit longer than I think most people do when they make biscuits and gravy. I don't like the white gravy. To me, it still has a little bit of a floury taste to it. I prefer a little bit brown. It's still going to be a light gravy, but it's not as light as traditional biscuits and gravy, if that makes sense. So once you get your flour in, just begin to keep that wrist flicking and keep that flour moving around. You don't want it to burn, you don't want it to stick, and just keep on moving until you get the roux to the desired color that you want. So after about 5 minutes, we're going to go in and start seasoning up this roux. I'm going in with some onion powder. It's about a teaspoon. Some salt to taste, and we're going to go heavy on the cracked black pepper. You can go as heavy or as light as you like. If you've watched my channel for a while, you understand that I am a big pepper fan, and when we prepare gravies especially, I normally go pretty heavy on the pepper. Now, with that chicken broth and that milk, what I did, I took my chicken broth and I mixed it with the milk. So what I have here is about 3 cups of chicken broth and milk mixed. It's 2 cups of milk, 1 cup of chicken broth. And what we're going to do, we're just going to begin to slowly put that chicken broth into this roux to begin to make that gravy. Don't worry or don't be alarmed when you see it begin to thicken up. That is perfectly fine and that's perfectly normal. Just continue to add in your milk to where it gets to a certain consistency. You'll see it here in a minute. Then we're going to go in with our sausage. To me, it's just a little bit easier to do this way. That way you get everything incorporated and then you can start building up that gravy. So once you get, I put in about a cup or so of that milk and chicken broth mixture. Now we're going to go back in with all of our sausage, and remember we had our sauteed onions in that mixture as well. Incorporate everything really, really well. Get it all mixed. Get everything marrying together, everything introducing itself to one another. Now begin to add back in the rest of that milk and chicken broth. Now this will not be enough milk or chicken broth to finish out the gravy, but it's enough to get it started. From here on, we will just continue to add milk to the gravy until we get it to the consistency that we want, or to the consistency that you want. I like my gravy kind of smack dab in the middle. I don't like it really, really thick, and I definitely don't want it runny. All right, so we've had this gravy simmering now for about 5 minutes, 5 to 6 minutes, and it's thickening up really nicely, but it's too thick for my liking, so I'm going to go ahead on and add in some more milk. We're going to start off with about another cup of milk here. Give it a toss and see how it goes. Now you got to kind of remember that this is going to thicken up as we continue to cook, so you may have to add more milk as you go. But if you're, like I said, if you're fine with a really, really thick gravy, then you could be perfectly fine and just simmer it up and season it up to your liking. Clean up that mess. Now you can see what we got here. This gravy is looking amazing. Just look at the color of that gravy and look at the sheen and the shine on it. And you want to give that sausage a chance to, the flavors of that sausage to incorporate with the gravy. And that's the thing, another thing I don't think enough people do. They put their sausage in the gravy and just kind of serve it right away. I like to cook mine for a little bit. That way for that sausage flavor to get infused into that gravy and everything can taste great. So just get a look at that. So now we're just going to go ahead and get another taste, make sure we're good with our seasonings, and see if we need to add any more salt or pepper. As far as the savoriness from the onion, we're perfectly fine there because we added in the raw onion or the fresh onion and the onion powder. But we do need to add a little bit more salt and pepper to it. Just make sure you taste your gravy and make sure it's up to your standard, up to your liking. Gotta remember with flour, especially a white gravy or a floury gravy, you need to season that thing up. Otherwise, it'll be really, really bland and have a strong flour flavor. So cooking it down, seasoning it up, that's how you get a delicious sausage gravy. And this is perfect, guys. This is amazing. Now it's time to plate up. And it's done just in time to pull those delicious Pillsbury biscuits out of the oven. Look how golden brown and delicious those are. And look how they fluffed up. When I tell you these things are fluffy and flaky, they're really good. I do recommend them. Let's go ahead and plate up. So I know, this is a debate. Some people like the gravy just poured directly on top of their biscuits. That's fine. That's how my wife likes hers. I like mine. I like to separate my biscuits, open them up, and then put the gravy on the inside of the biscuits. But however you want to do it, just do it your way. So I got 2 biscuits here, cracked open. We're just going to go in heavy with that sausage gravy. And let's look at that. You get your sausage in every bite, a little bit of onion flavor in every bite, seasoned to perfection. And this is a really, really, really savory gravy. So for real, you could actually put this gravy over some rice and still smash. It's just that good. Or you could just put it in a bowl and eat it that way. When I tell you this is a good sausage gravy, it's amazing. And I believe it'll be some of the best you ever had. So I really hope you guys give it a try. Look at that. Tell me that don't look good. All right, okay, my family, here's my finished product. Looks so good. When I tell you this stuff smells amazing, I just can't wait. Biscuits and gravy, it's not something we make often, but when we do, we just love it. So go ahead and get me a good bite. Look at that steam. Man, this is so good. Like I said, my sausage gravy might be a little different than what you're used to. It's a little bit more savory, but that's the way I like it. I don't like the white gravy because to me it just tastes a little bit too much like flour. That's why I like to cook my flour a little bit more, but y'all can give this recipe a try. Follow it. Let me know what you think. I bet you'll love it. If you like biscuits and gravy, then you'll love this one. So I hope you guys enjoyed the recipe. If you did, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Share the video, please. Please give me some thumbs up. That I greatly appreciate that. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give me a thumbs down. I don't care, but let me know something. And till the next time, guys, God bless. We'll see you around.